Hello, everyone. Welcome to Perspective Peak. I am Leo.
And I am Mia. Welcome back, Peak Performers. Here at Perspective Peak, our goal is simple: to help you build winning habits, master your productivity, and level up your English listening skills all at the same time.
Today, we are exploring a very famous English proverb. A proverb is a short, traditional saying that gives advice. The proverb is, "Where there is a will, there is a way." This basically means that if you want something strongly enough, you will eventually find a way to do it.
Yes, we hear this all the time. Teachers say it, parents say it. Every family has that one serious uncle who uses this proverb for every small problem in life.
It is so true. Imagine you say, "Uncle, I cannot find my charger." And he looks at you seriously and says, "Leo, where there is a will, there is a way." And you just think, "Uncle, please, I do not need a deep life lesson right now. I just need 10% battery to call a taxi."
Exactly. Sometimes when we are tired or stressed, this proverb feels a little annoying. It sounds like a heavy motivational speech. It sounds like someone is telling you to wake up at 4 in the morning, take a freezing cold shower, and conquer the universe.
Yes, and let's be honest, most of us are not conquering the universe at 4 a.m. At 7 a.m., I am still negotiating with my alarm clock, asking for just 5 more minutes of sleep.
We're all human, Leo. And that is why today we are going to talk about the real science and psychology behind this proverb. We will look at how willpower actually works in real life. We have 5 detailed scenarios to discuss today. We will share personal stories, explain the psychology, and give you a powerful 4-step action plan.
Exciting! Let's jump right into scenario number 1, waiting for the perfect map. Mia, have you ever wanted to start a big project like learning a new language, but you felt completely frozen because you didn't know the exact steps?
Oh, absolutely. When I first tried to learn Spanish, I spent 3 weeks just searching for the perfect study plan online. I wanted life to give me a full map. I wanted Google Maps for my brain. I wanted a voice to say, "In 200 meters, turn left after your first grammar mistake. Then continue straight through your confusion."
That would be amazing. But life does not give us Google Maps. Many people wait for the perfect plan before they take their first step. They want to guarantee that they will not fail.
And science explains why we do this. Our human brains love certainty. Certainty means knowing exactly what will happen. When we face the unknown, our brain creates fear to protect us. But real life is like walking in thick fog. You can't see the end of the road.
So, what do we do if we cannot see the road?
That is the beauty of it. You do not need to see the whole road. You just need enough light for the very next step. If you take one step, the fog moves a little and you can see the next step.
I have a personal story about this. A few years ago, I wanted to get healthy and go to the gym. I bought books about fitness. I watched hundreds of videos about perfect gym routines. I tried to build the perfect map. But because the plan was so complicated, I never actually went to the gym. I was too overwhelmed.
You were stuck in the fog looking for a map that did not exist.
Exactly. Finally, I threw the map away. I made an inner decision, a strong will. I said, "I don't know the perfect workout, but today I will just put on my shoes and walk for 10 minutes. That was my next step in the fog. And it changed my life." For our English learners listening right now, do not wait for the perfect grammar book. Just take one step today. Listen to one podcast. That is your light in the fog.
That is a beautiful lesson, Leo. This brings us perfectly to scenario number 2, the illusion of luck versus gradual growth.
The illusion of luck? What do you mean by that?
Often, we look at other people who are successful and we think they are just lucky or naturally talented. Imagine you're studying English and you see someone speaking perfectly without any hesitation. You might think, "Wow, they're so lucky, they just have a talent for languages. I do not have that talent, so I should quit."
I have felt that way many times. When I see someone playing the guitar beautifully, I think they were born with a guitar in their hands.
Nobody is born with a guitar, Leo. This is where we need to understand the psychology of learning. Yes, luck exists. Sometimes you find some money in an old jacket pocket. That's a lucky, surprising moment. But lasting success is not built on luck. It's built gradually.
Gradually?
Yes, gradually means slowly, step by step, little by little. In science, there's a concept called neuroplasticity. It sounds complex, but let me use an analogy. Imagine your brain is a thick forest. The first time you learn a new English word, you are walking through the forest with no path. It's difficult. The branches hit your face.
Ouch! Yes, that's how it feels to learn phrasal verbs.
But if you walk that exact same path every single day, gradually you clear the branches. You create a small dirt path. If you keep walking, it becomes a paved road. Eventually, it becomes a fast highway. This is what neuroplasticity is. Your brain builds physical highways for information, but you can't build a highway in one lucky day.
Wow, that is so empowering. I remember when I was trying to learn how to edit videos for Perspective Peak. At first, I was so slow. I clicked the wrong buttons. I deleted an entire video by accident.
Oh no, that is terrifying.
It was. I felt like I had no talent. I wanted a lucky moment where I suddenly became an expert, but I kept practicing just 20 minutes a day, and gradually my brain built that highway. Now editing is easy for me. So if you are learning English and you feel slow, remember, you are not untalented. You are just building your highway. It takes time.
Exactly. Now, let's move to scenario number 3, the whip versus the lamp. This is about how we treat ourselves when we make a mistake.
This is a huge problem. Let's say you have a goal to study for 1 hour every evening, but today you had a terrible day at work. You come home, you feel exhausted, and instead of studying, you watch television for 3 hours.
Ugh, we have all been there. And what happens next in your mind?
The pressure starts. You start attacking yourself in your mind. You think, I am so lazy, I will never succeed. I must work harder, never rest, no excuses. I call this the angry fridge magnet mentality. You know those cheap magnets with angry capital letters shouting at you to be strong?
Yes, an angry fridge magnet screaming at you while you just want to drink a glass of water. It is terrifying.
But psychology shows us that this kind of pressure destroys willpower. When you shout at yourself, your brain releases cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone. When you are stressed, the learning center of your brain actually shuts down. You cannot learn English if your brain feels like it's being attacked.
That makes so much sense. Willpower should not be a whip. A whip is a tool used to hit and force an animal to move. Willpower should not force you with pain. Willpower should be a small lamp. A lamp does not shout, it just gives you light to see the next step.
I love that. A lamp, not a whip. Let me share a story. Last year, I tried a very strict diet. One night, I felt so stressed that I ate a whole box of cookies.
Just one box? You are stronger than me.
Well, afterward, I took out my mental whip. I told myself I was a failure. Because I felt so much shame, I quit the diet completely the next day. If I had used a lamp instead of a whip, I would have said, okay, Leo, you ate the cookies because you were tired. It is okay. Tomorrow morning, let's just eat a healthy breakfast.
Yes, support helps you return. Pressure makes you run away. For our listeners, if you miss a day of English practice, do not use the whip. Do not shame yourself. Pick up the lamp, smile, and try again tomorrow.
That is such a reassuring thought. Okay, Mia, what is scenario number 4?
Scenario number 4 is the perfect mood trap, or the danger of hesitation.
Hesitation. This is when you pause and delay doing something because you feel nervous or unsure.
Yes, let's imagine a real-life situation. You know you need to practice English speaking. You open an app to talk to a language partner, But suddenly you feel reluctant, you feel uncomfortable. You think, I am not in the right mood. My vocabulary is bad today. The room is too noisy. Let me just wait for the perfect moment.
And the perfect moment never comes. You end up scrolling on your phone for hours.
Exactly. I have a funny story about this. A few years ago, I wanted to start writing a daily journal. I went to a fancy store and bought the most beautiful, expensive notebook. It had thick paper and a leather cover.
That sounds great. Did you write in it?
No. For 6 months, the notebook sat on my desk completely empty. Every time I picked up my pen, I hesitated. I thought, my handwriting is too messy. My thoughts are not smart enough for this beautiful book. The notebook became a decoration because I was waiting for the perfect, magical mood to start writing.
Wow, that is so relatable. The fear of ruining something makes us do nothing at all.
Exactly. And the psychological truth is this: motivation does not come before action. Action comes first. When you take a physical step, your brain gets new information, and then it generates motivation. You must take a deliberate step. That means doing something on purpose, even if it's small and messy.
So instead of waiting to write a perfect 10-page essay, you should just deliberately write one bad sentence.
Yes, one messy sentence in the beautiful notebook breaks the fear. If you hesitate to speak English, don't wait for perfect confidence. Just say one sentence out loud. Deliberate action destroys hesitation.
That is incredibly powerful. This leads us to our final scenario. Scenario number 5, when Plan A completely fails.
This is the hardest one. What happens when we actually try, we take the action, but it goes terribly wrong?
Yes, this is a very vulnerable moment. Vulnerable means you feel emotionally open and exposed, like everyone can see your weakness. Imagine you prepare for weeks to give a presentation at work in English. You practice in front of the mirror. You feel ready. But during the meeting, your mind goes blank. You forget the words. You panic.
Oh, that is a painful feeling. You feel embarrassed. Many people would decide right then, I am never speaking English in public again.
Exactly. They think that because Plan A failed, the entire dream is dead. But here is where we must redefine persistence. Persistence does not mean you never fail. Persistence means you return. You come back after falling. If you are driving to a beautiful holiday destination and suddenly the main road is closed, what do? Do you park your car on the side of the street and decide to live there forever? Hello, everyone. This is my home now. I live next to this traffic cone. No, of course not. You do not live on the highway. You look at the map and find a smaller, different road. You pivot. Exactly, you pivot. If Plan A fails, remember that there are 25 other letters in the alphabet. If trying to learn English by reading grammar books makes you fall asleep, pivot. Try watching movies with subtitles. Try singing English songs. Plan A is not the goal. The destination is the goal. I remember when we started this podcast, our very first episode had terrible audio quality. My microphone broke and I sounded like I was trapped inside a metal box. Oh my goodness, yes. It was awful. We felt so vulnerable when we uploaded it. People could hear our failure. But we stayed optimistic. We didn't quit. We learned how to fix the audio and we returned the next week. That's real willpower. What an amazing discussion, Leo. We have covered so much deep psychology today. But here at Perspective Peak, we don't just talk, we take action. It is time for our comprehensive step-by-step action plan. I love this part. Here are 4 concrete steps you can apply to your life right now to build better habits and stop procrastinating. Step 1. Define your too easy action. Remember the fog? You only need light for the next step. Look at a task you are avoiding. Make the first step so incredibly small that you cannot say no. If you want to clean your messy house, do not say, I will clean for 2 hours. Say, I will deliberately wash 1 single cup. That's it. Once you wash 1 cup, action creates motivation, and you'll probably wash another. That is genius. Make it too easy to fail. Step 2. Drop the whip, turn on the lamp. This week, when you make a mistake, maybe you miss a gym session or you fail an English test, catch the angry voice in your head. Do not allow the angry fridge magnet to shout at you. Take a deep breath, show yourself some compassion, and ask, what is the next helpful step I can take? Use the lamp to guide you, not the whip to hurt you.
I love it. Step 3. Act before the mood arrives. If you find yourself hesitating, waiting for the perfect chair, the perfect weather, or the perfect confidence, realize it is a trap. Do not wait for motivation. Count backwards, 3, 2, 1, and physically move your body. Open the book. Write the first messy word. Action is the only cure for hesitation.
And finally, step 4. Practice the art of returning. Expect plan A to fail sometimes. Expect to feel vulnerable. When the road closes, do not park the car and live next to the traffic cone. Say out loud, okay, this route didn't work. What is plan B? True persistence is simply your ability to return to the task after a bad day.
If you follow these 4 steps, you will transform your productivity. You will not rely on luck. You will build neuroplasticity gradually.
I feel so motivated just talking about this, but we are not finished yet. It's time to upgrade your language skills with our extended vocabulary corner.
Yay! In this segment, we select 5 highly important words from today's deep dive. We will explain them simply, and we'll give you 2 different example sentences for each word so you know exactly how to use them. Leo, what is word number 1?
Word number 1 is determined. Determined means you make a very strong decision to do something and you will not let anything stop you. Example 1. Even though the exam was extremely difficult, she was determined to pass. Example 2. Leo was determined to find his lost keys, so he searched the entire house for 2 hours.
Excellent. Word number 2 is gradually. Gradually means happening slowly, step by step, or little by little over a long period of time. Example 1. If you listen to Perspective Peak every week, your English listening skills will gradually improve. Example 2. The weather gradually became colder as the sun went down.
Word number 3 is deliberately. Deliberately means doing something on purpose with careful intention. It is not an accident. Example 1. Mia deliberately left her phone in the kitchen so she could focus on reading her book. Example 2. He deliberately spoke very slowly so the tourists could understand his directions.
Word number 4 is hesitate. To hesitate means to pause or wait before doing something because you feel nervous, unsure, or afraid. Example 1. Please do not hesitate to ask me a question if you need help with the project. Example 2. She hesitated for a moment before pushing the send button on the important email.
And our final word, word number 5, is persistent. Persistent means continuing to do something or trying to do something, even though it is difficult or other people are against it. Example 1. Learning to play the violin requires a very persistent attitude. Example 2. The persistent salesman called me 3 times a week until I finally answered the phone.
Determined, gradually, deliberately, hesitate, and persistent. Write these 5 words down in your messy notebook and try to use them this week.
And tell us in the comments, what is one big goal you are determined to achieve this year? And what is the next small, gradual step you will take today? We can't wait to read your comments and reply to you.
Subscribe, hit the bell, and start thinking deeper while you see higher. Keep learning, keep growing.
See you next week on Perspective Peak.
Climbing the peak, we don't look at the base. We map out the route, we set up the pace. From the valley of doubt to the summit of growth. Mia and Leo, we're here for you both. Master the clock, build the habits that win. Open the mind, let the wisdom begin. Fine-tune the mindset, we sharpen the sight. Non-stop we're moving, we're reaching the height. Thinking deeper, seeing higher. Fuel the soul, feed the fire. Perspective peak. We never drop from the basement to the top. Change the view, change the game. Never settling for the same. Master mindset, habit win. This is where the peaks begin. This is where the peaks begin. Forget what they told you, the myths that they sell. 1,000-hour story that rings like a bell. You want the result, you don't want the delay. You want the reward at the end of the day. Break it all down to the parts and the pieces. That's how the power and confidence increases. Clear out the clutter, the phone and the screen. Find the focus you need, the space in between. Thinking deeper, seeing higher. Fuel the soul, feed the fire. Perspective peak. We never drop from the basement to the top. Change the view, change the game. Never settling for the same. Master mindset, habit win. This is where the peaks begin. This is where the peaks begin. Take out the friction, the wall in your way. Commit to the hours, the 20-hour stay. Push past the doubt when you feel like a ghost. That's when the learning is helping you most. Step by step, the summit is near. Step by step, the vision is clear. Climbing the peak, we don't look at the base. Mia and Leo, we'll see you next week. On the summit of growth, where we go for the peak. Stay motivated. Perspective